This is the most notorious prison in America that strikes fear into any criminal who hears its name. Because this is not just a place that holds the most dangerous criminals, but also the stomping ground of a galaxy-traversing, cunning mastermind with this withered head. Eat and dare to chew, they'll punch you, go to the bathroom and flush, they'll hit you too. This place is no different from hell on earth, yet there is a death row inmate who fears neither heaven nor earth. The big shot bullies try to avoid him, he doesn't care, no matter how big they are, he isn't intimidated. So who is he to possess such extraordinary martial skills? Or does he have a purpose for entering this prison? So, I invite you to watch a prison blockbuster called Hell's Prison. This guy's name is Jack Stone, who was once the captain of the United States anti-gang team. As an elite among the elites, Jack possessed extraordinary martial skills and an incredibly happy life with his fiancée Maria. By day, he caught mafia on the streets, by night had pop beers with his wife in bed. Yet, just as he shoveled 69 tons of coal, suddenly a masked gang burst in and crazily opened fire to assassinate. After they left, Jack was carried on the bent backs of the old couple from the Golden Stream, so he was lucky to survive. As for his wife Maria, she had officially passed away. It turned out that before, Jack had dismantled many interplanetary crystal meth trafficking operations of the most notorious lip-cutting, head-bashing thug on the land named Lolotica. Therefore, he sent his henchmen to eliminate Jack to clear any obstacles. The lip-cutter was extremely brutal, anyone who dealt with him would be so scared they'd wet their pants like apricot juice in summer. Moreover, he had a code of conduct more profound than the deepest hole. So he used the strictest prison in America as a base for his meth production. With money, you can trouble the world, not to mention getting the warden on your side. Lolotica also managed to pull in many high-ranking officials and police to work as his insiders. To maintain supply for his wife and the millions of addicts who are high, needing to soar to cloud 9 and unable to come down because of his potent product, Jack immediately gathered his elite team to steal the confidential documents that Lolotica had hidden in the vault of the central bank. After his teammates above cut the power and turned off the lights of the Corn Cob Street, he commanded his brothers to open fire and annihilate the gangsters who were the underlings of the cutlet boss protecting this place. Although the guns were ready, Jack absolutely did not allow his men to harm an innocent civilian. As for these close henchmen, just kill them without hesitation. They caught the bank governor who had colluded with the lip-cutting boss to launder money and hide documents here. Jack forced him to open the safe and quickly went inside to take all of their incriminating evidence. Then he set fire to the place and fled. However, for some reason, the police had been tipped off beforehand and immediately arrived to surround the area. Many of Jack's teammates were taken down. It turned out that the police were also Lolotica's insiders. Moreover, there must have been a mole in Jack's team, which is why the plan was leaked. In the end, only Jack survived, he packed the documents and escaped. However, there were too many police, so Jack had to go into hiding and wait for an opportunity to act. Jack threw the bag of documents into a corner for his half-brother from a different grandfather to take home. He'll stay behind to deal with these corrupt cops. Right then, the mole revealed himself. Just as Jack predicted, he was on our team but had been bribed and turned traitor. The bitterness of a brother-in-arms who threw away his conscience for money to be chewed up by dogs. Jack rushed forward, tackled him to the ground, giving him a one-way ticket to the afterlife. For the crimes of bank robbery and killing a teammate, Jack was rewarded by the court with a curved name on the Tet holiday calendar. To peel in prison until it's time to peel sticky rice on the altar. Luckily, his younger brother managed to transmit all the documents about the transactions of the traitor to the upright reporter named Sia, one of those who were not blinded by the traitor's influence. The bitter owl, Lolo Taika, made Jack serve his sentence in the very prison where he and his gang were hiding. The security system here is extremely strict. Moreover, all the guards must follow the leader's orders, so Jack falling in here is no different than walking into a trap. As soon as he was imprisoned, Jack immediately encountered the warden, who was his wife's ex-lover from years ago. Seizing the opportunity, the vile man beat him to within an inch of his life. However, for the sake of revenge, Jack couldn't resist and had to grit his teeth and endure. Jack and his fellow inmates, who had just been transferred and nourished here, were escorted to the communal hall to be introduced to everyone. The fellow prisoners, seeing the newbies, cheered excitedly, because they knew they were about to watch a free movie without paying. Every prison has its own rules for entering a cell. Big brother Rohan, the close disciple of Trung Lo Lo T, then appeared. He said, "Your dad manages this place, and anyone who comes here has to follow your dad's orders, got it?" The hairy prisoner looked at the bratty kid who was showing off by flicking a stone, as arrogant as a warty toad, and then replied, "If your grandpa doesn't like to hear it, what are you going to do to me?" Rohan smirked and then made the hairy guy kiss the dirt floor to show off. He came forward to greet with a flourish, but you remained indifferent. Before he could say anything, he was punched by the trash, not landing a single direct hit. A few scruffy guys gathered around and also had to share the fate of lying on the floor together. After the fight, the trash casually sat down to eat as if he were a god, under the terrified gaze of the other prisoners. Returning to the cellmate who was tough before even made the trash lie on the upper bunk. But now he's become obedient, suggesting that it would be better for your feng shui to sleep on the lower bunk. Big Brother Rohan and his underlings, after being humiliated by the trash Mr. Ben amidst the crowd that night, they immediately went to the cell to sneak a bite while the trash was sleeping. These three weaklings, one punch is too few and two is too many, just three basic moves. Trash made them sit still and quiet like good little children, not daring to utter a word. Even the dark-skinned guy in the same room kept snoring like a bull, oblivious to what was happening. The next day, Trash was escorted by two guards to a solitary confinement room. It turns out that the guy with the cropped hair and cut lips wanted to have a heart-to-heart with him. Knowing that Trash had extraordinary martial skills, he didn't dare to meet face-to-face, but had to curse each other through the TV screen to mimic the gangster style. Lolotica said, "Hello, you wifeless man, I've been waiting for you here since yesterday afternoon." Trash replied coldly, "What do you want, you lip-cutting punk?" Master Trash seemed fearless and even raised his voice. Lolotica angrily said, "Your payback is terribly strong. Do you know the two things in America you absolutely must not do? First is stealing my girlfriend, and second is calling me a snitch. This is your father's world, and he will soon let you reunite with your wife, you hear me? If you're wise, you'll tell your family to prepare your grave." He has officially declared war, but the Trash remains unmoved amidst the ever-changing world. You respond, and your grandpa is scared of you too much. The Trash is also waiting for the opportunity to meet the right person to take revenge for his wife. However, this prison is like a labyrinth, with camera systems installed everywhere. So even a fly would find it hard to move freely. And importantly, no one knows which cell Lolotica is in within this prison. Even the guards are at a loss. On the outside, the lawyer Saida immediately started researching after receiving the documents. Understanding everything, she immediately wanted to bring the truth to light. However, the entire police system here has been bribed. So she immediately sought out the silver-haired prosecutor, the person she trusted the most at the moment. Knowing that the lip-cutting boss had an extremely powerful backing. If not careful, she could be countersued for defamation. So, the prosecutor. He advised her to stay calm and promised to help her to the end when she was ready. Receiving the help, Saida was as happy as a father with a newborn baby. However, what she did not expect was that the old prosecutor was also an insider for Lolotica. The old man informed the lip-cutting boss about this and told him to quickly deal with Jack. "He'll take care of the lawyer lady," said the lip-cutting boss. "Rest assured, by this time next year will be the day we dig up Jack Stone's grave." At this very moment, in his cell, Jack was deep in thought, reminiscing about the happy days. Alongside his wife with a beautiful soul, the ex-convict house cleaner suddenly appeared. The old man warned Jack to be careful with Lolotica. "He won't kill you openly but will use his underlings and the prison guards to deal with you." Jack also asked the old man if he knew the location of the informant's room. But he said that he had been undercover here for 6 years and still couldn't find out. It turns out he is also an undercover agent, hiding here to collect evidence of the informant's crimes. His collaborator also includes the janitor girl, Sina.